Good evening. Welcome to the Town of Avon Advisory Plan Commission meeting. If you're interested in having a copy of the agenda, they are available on the tables to the right of the audience. We will be conducting business as outlined on the agenda. From time to time, the board may deviate from the agenda. As president of this body, I will inform those in attendance of any deviations. This meeting is being recorded for the public record. Because of this, we request that personal conversations are kept to a minimum and that all cell phones are set to vibrate. Any phone calls shall be taken outside of the chambers. This would be a good time to check your cell phones. If you are interested in commenting during the public hearing portion of the Commission's deliberations, please sign up on the sheets located on the tables to the right of the audience. When your name is called, please step forward to the podium and state your name and address for the record. Please address your comments to the board and not to the staff or to the petitioner. Your comments should relate directly to the case at hand. During the conduct of the public hearing portion of the Commission's deliberations, the petitioner will have 10 minutes to present their case to the Commission. Remonstrators will have 10 minutes to present objections to the petition. Persons in support of the petition, other than the petitioner, will have 10 minutes to present support for the petition. And finally, the petitioner will close the public hearing portion of the presentation with a 5-minute rebuttal period. Once the public hearing is closed, no additional testimony will be heard unless it is solicited by members of the Commission during the question and answer phase of the Commission's deliberations. Subdivision plat and development plan petitions are ministerial requests, meaning that if the proposal meets the requirements set forth in the town's development ordinances, the Plan Commission must approve the request. In the interest of transparency, state law requires that the Plan Commission hold a public hearing even if the development proposal must be approved. Responses to public comments and questions may be given once the public hearing portion is closed. We do understand that there may be several persons who wish to speak. In order to keep the meeting running in a timely fashion, we would request that you not repeat previous comments. Thank you for your assistance in facilitating a respectful, fair, and timely meeting. Again, welcome to our meeting, and please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, let's do a roll call.
Greg Zuzan. Greg Zuzan is absent. Paul Guckenberger.
Here.
Catherine Ransberg.
Here.
Dave Kaufman. Bill Reed.
Here.
Andrew Rockabrand.
Here.
Jennifer Spencer. Jennifer Spencer is absent.
We have a quorum. And we now move on to the approval of the June 23rd Plan Commission meeting minutes. Has everybody had an opportunity to read the meeting minutes? Have any questions, suggested edits or changes? If not, we'll entertain a motion to approve the meeting minutes.
I will make that motion.
Just a minute. I just noticed an error. It indicates that Jennifer Spencer was absent, but she was here. in
Okay,
June.
we'll make that change.
My apologies. Okay.
Would you like to make the motion as amended?
I will make that motion to approve the meeting minutes from June 23rd, 2025 as amended.
Second.
Having heard a motion and a second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Meeting minutes are approved. Do we have an updated agenda, or is the agenda in our packet what we're using?
The agenda's been updated, but not anything substantive. It's just to add some stuff to the end that's required by state statute now, but it has no changes to the agenda.
Okay. This would be the time during the meeting at which, if you have anything you'd like to speak to that is not on tonight's agenda, this is your opportunity to come forth and speak. If there's a pothole that bothers you in particular, or you don't think we have enough chicken places, or whatever, this is the opportunity to come forth. If it's already on tonight's agenda, then we'll just wait to then. Would anybody like to speak about anything that is not on tonight's agenda? Having had nobody step forward, the public comment portion is closed. We now move on to the request for continuances or agenda modifications.
Thank you, President Ransberg, members of the commission. Staff would draw your attention to DPR 2504 at 1137 North Avon Avenue. This development plan review was docketed for your May hearing and was continued from the May hearing to the July hearing because staff had not received any revised plans or responses from the petitioner. And the petitioner is here tonight to request a continuance and indicate why that should be granted, perhaps give you an update on why they have not submitted any revised plans or responses to date. And staff really has no significant opinion on whether or not this would be continued. We don't know to what date. The petitioner might request that continuance, but would suggest that if a continuance were entertained, it would need to be probably at least 2 months in order for the potential for revised plans to be submitted and reviewed in time for a subsequent hearing. And I do believe any continuance of more than a month requires additional notice to be mailed by the petitioner.
And my understanding is that DPR 2508 is also going to be continued?
Yes, there is a request to continue that to September because the petitioner is planning to make some revisions to their proposal in addition to addressing the comments from the commission regarding the architectural waivers. They might be changing the size of the building for other reasons, not just to address your comments. They may be reducing the size of the building, I believe.
Okay. Unless council objects, I suggest we go ahead and approve since Ray Skillman is not here and they've put in the request, and does staff object to that continuance?
They requested, this is their first request for continuance. They said they were going to make some substantial changes to the building, so they needed 2 months. So they are now requesting a continuance to September 22nd. That's different than what's in your packet. It says August.
Okay.
The motion is correct, September 22nd.
And because this is their first request, it is a continuance by right.
You still need to vote on it because it's
Right.
2 months, but yes, we are recommending approval because it is their first.
Okay. Well, then let's go ahead and deal with the Ray Skillman Automotive.
Would that require an additional notice then, because it's 2 months, or?
Yeah, it looks like yeah, no.
From the original.
Well, definitely be more than 1 month from the original, so.
Yes, it does need notice.
Okay.
Because this is a request, this is a first request, it is a continuance by right. So do I hear a motion to approve the request for continuance for DPR 2508?
Go ahead.
I move that we continue DPR 25-08, Ray Skillman Automotive of Avon, a development plan review to provide for a 31,980 square foot automobile dealership to the September 22nd, 2025 hearing with additional notice.
I'll second.
Having heard a motion and a second, we'll take a vote.
Reed,
4.
Rockerbrand,
4.
Kuchenberger,
4.
Ransberg,
4.
Kaufman.
Motion carries, and DPR 2508 is continued to the September 22nd meeting of this commission. Okay, going back to DPR 2504, which is C-Store and gas, 1137 North Avon Avenue, C-Store and gas station. We understand that there is a request for continuance, and we have the petitioner here to make that argument.
Good evening. Pat Brady here on behalf of Three Brothers LLC, with respect to DPR 2504. And we are requesting a 90-day continuance. The reason being there was some confusion between the correspondence between Steve Moore on the right-of-way work and what was necessary for the zoning approval. And after additional correspondence with the zoning staff, we realized there's a lot more work that needs to be done as far as determining what's necessary for the right-of-way work. So we are going to undertake that work, but we need the additional time to do it. So that's the reason for the 90-day continuance.
And so we understand that there'd been requests for updated plans, and the reason we haven't received those is because you said there's was a miscommunication happening?
Yes, and so essentially we'll have to survey and do the civil engineering for the right-of-way in order to expand. When we had initially submitted a proposed plan showing the additional passing blister and third lane, Steve Ward said that should be sufficient for zoning. So we didn't think we would need to do the additional survey work and civil engineering work for the zoning approval. And have since come to learn that we do need to do all that additional surveying engineering just for the zoning approval. And so it's just a matter of time of getting that done since it's a significant area of right of way.
So I got a question as far as like, so this has been going on for several months here. Is there a reason why you just came to this? I mean, that several months have passed by. Was this not brought up, or did not seek the information at the time to where now we're waiting 3 more months?
Well, there was different emails saying different things, and some of them were going to the engineer, some of them were going to the architect, some of them were going to myself. And between all of them, it wasn't exactly clear to us that this was all necessary. We thought, based on the email saying that this site plan that we submitted with the new application was sufficient, showing the work in the right of way, that we weren't going to, at this time, have to do the civil and survey work in the right of way. And then there was clarification emails after that that said we would need to.
So are you the petitioner that sought to build a gas station in 2023 then? Is that, so for the last 2 years, I mean, a lot of time here has passed to get this information and get the instruction, so.
So then we resubmitted in between.
Okay,
That was when we added the right-of-way work. But we did a preliminary plan showing the right-of-way work, submitted it to Mr. Moore along with the traffic impact study. And I had an email saying that it should be sufficient. And then Paul sent an email saying that that was not sufficient. And then I included Steve Moore, and he said, well, that's not what I meant when I was saying it was sufficient for the purposes.
okay, thank you.
This would be the second request for continuance, is that correct?
Yes, this was continued This was continued from your May 27th hearing.
And when did you become aware that there'd been this miscommunication between your company and town staff?
It was kind of always evolving. But I think I spoke with Linda on the phone probably a month ago, roughly. And that's when it became clear.
Have you started doing any of the additional work that you realize needs to be, is required?
We've started obtaining bids, but it's going to be a significant amount of work since it's a significant area of the right of way. So we're trying to obtain bids to make it, I guess, affordable.
So you've taken a substantial step towards meeting that requirement?
Yes.
When was this originally submitted?
This filing was filed on February 5th.
Seemed like the May meeting, there was I think there was comment that there hadn't been any communication.
So yeah, this was filed on February 5th. It went to TAC, Technical Advisory Committee, on March 20th. Because the petitioner's representative at that meeting indicated that they would need more time. Normally, it would have been docketed for your April 28th meeting, but because they said this is a lot of stuff, we're not going to be able to meet the deadline for April, we said, okay, we won't docket it for April. So then we docketed it for your May hearing, and we hadn't heard anything from Mr. Rooney or the engineer that appeared at the at the TAC meeting before that time. And if you recall, then in May, you continued it to July, and there was some discussion about the lack of communication with the petitioner. So we sent a certified letter indicating your action at the May meeting to continue that to July. And then Mr. Rooney reached out, and we really haven't had any communication. I don't think I've had any communication other than with regard to requesting another continuance here tonight.
So I guess that's what I was wondering is, so you went from March to May, and then there was no communication. So then we had to kind of proactively say, oh, we're going to go ahead and give a continuance because nothing had been heard. So now we're here today. We're asking for it. So what was that gap there?
Well, portion of it was, I mean, there wasn't no communication because the engineer attended the TAC meeting, and I wasn't at the TAC meeting, but they discussed that portion of it there. And then between then and there was when we were reaching out to get bids and clarifying what all we needed to do for the right-of-way work.
I am concerned that there doesn't seem to be an urgency on the part of the petitioner about maintaining constant communication with town staff. I may have misunderstood what you just said, but I believe Dave was asking about the poor communication before the last continuance. Was that
I mean,
correct?
I think every email that we've ever gotten from staff has been replied to, whether it was the engineer or myself, we always replied to every email and corresponded and replied to every phone call. So I don't think
And yet there was nobody here at the last meeting. And so we had, as Dave said, we had to we haven't heard anything. What should we do? I mean, I would normally be inclined to be in favor of granting this continuance because we like to see projects developed and going through. The fact that this is the second chance to develop this project because the first one fell through for whatever reasons that happens. But I'm I'm going to need to hear some assurances that there's going to be a lot more proactivity.
Yeah, no, certainly. There was an email that said it was going to be continued, not that we had to request a continuance, not this meeting, but at the previous meeting. And so that's why we didn't attend, because they said it was just going to be continued. We didn't even request a continuance. And so that's why we didn't attend. It wasn't out of, us thinking we didn't need to attend because we just thought that on our own. We had an email saying, there are no people need to attend, we're just going to continue to the next meeting.
I would suggest for future reference, if this project is ever on the agenda, you should be present, even if it's just to witness that that something's being continued.
I have a question for staff. So what we've been hearing here, is that accurate as far as the, what communications have been, your attempts to communicate with them, their responses to us, not all the departments?
So this is Paul's case, but both he and I have been talking to Mr. Rooney on different occasions. And I just want to say that early on after TAC meeting, we talked about it not getting on the very next agenda because there was a lot to get done. I think he thought we were going to hold off until we got more information, not that it was just 1 month. So I don't think he was expecting, correct me if I'm wrong, Pat, but I don't think he was expecting for it to be on the May agenda. And that's why we hadn't heard any, we hadn't had any communication, and we didn't hear from him saying, I didn't know I was going to be on the May agenda, but that's what I think happened at the May agenda, is that we docketed it and he didn't think we were going to, possibly.
Based on the wording of the email saying it wasn't going to be ready for that because of the TAC meeting. And so I took that as it's not being placed on the agenda, so we didn't need to attend.
Okay. Is there any objection to the request for a 90-day continuance by staff or council?
Staff wouldn't object to that. I would just note that you have a requirement in your rules of procedure to not move any petition out more than 6 months beyond the original scheduled hearing date. So a 90-day continuance to October 27th should be fine. That would be a total of 5 months at this point. But per your rules, that should be with additional mail notice to the surrounding property owners, of whom you have 3 in attendance here tonight, just in case you were wondering and were interested in any comment from them. I'm not sure that they would have any comment on a continuance request.
Okay. Thank you.
So do you think do you have enough time to get to the October meeting to get all the work done that needs to be done to satisfy the requests and the additional requests from the staff? Is that enough time?
Yeah.
Is there urgency on this project now? I mean, it's been 5 months or several months now, and there's been no urgency on it. Is it different now than it was 3 months ago? To get
Yes,
this?
I think we have a better understanding of what all is needed.
Okay. Okay.
Because this is a request for continuance, do we also take public comment?
No, public comments. This is not a public hearing, so you're not required to take public comment for a request for a continuance.
Okay, thank you. Any
Excuse
further
me.
question? Go ahead.
Is it so your comment not required, but at our discretion, we could if we wanted to? Okay. So it's like if we have members in the audience that might like to make comments that the petitioner could hear then too, that might help all parties understand anything that may come up and need to be addressed. And if anybody wants to make a comment, I'd be interested in comments.
Anybody object to that?
I think it's a good idea.
We're doing things a little bit different tonight,
Yes.
but I agree.
Because it's a short agenda tonight, we have
Yes,
time. Yeah.
I agree that it's always helpful to have input from the community. So thank you if you'd like to have a seat. I understand that we've got some community members who would like to speak on this. Understand that tonight we are making a decision simply on the matter of continuing the presentation out. So who do we have?
Oh, I don't know. Like, I don't know if they want to comment on the continuance, but if they do, I know they've signed in just in case the case was going to be heard, but I'm
Right.
not sure if they have any comment on the continuance request or not.
Do any of the members here want to speak? You do, just come up and state your name and address. Yes.
Might want to pull that microphone down.
Janet Morgan, 6995 Park Square Drive.
Thank you.
There are others too who disagree with the planned gas station and convenience store. And we have so much traffic on 267, and there's only one building between the proposed and another large Speedway gas station and convenience. I don't think we're ready for another. Also, they would be right next door to a daycare, which does not seem very safe. That's really what we have against it right now. Will we be notified? Again, I'm the only person that got a letter that I know about. And will we be notified of the next time this comes up? Yes, no?
Oh, this is just your opportunity to speak. So staff can answer that question.
I believe they will continue it with notice, and whoever was on the original list will be on the next list. Not everybody in the development would get one. It's just 2 properties away from the property itself. So if they're a little further into the development, they may not have gotten one.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Would either of you 2 ladies like to speak?
My name is Sharon Ross, and I live at 6967 Park Square Drive, number D. And I echoing what she said about it being next to a daycare. I just don't think that's appropriate. Plus, I also think it will affect our property values, and I just really don't know why we need one. But I just think it's not a good because of the traffic. Now, it's impossible to get out sometimes during the evening and in the morning, so I just don't like it next to a daycare.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ma'am, would you like to speak? No? Okay. Public comment portion is closed. Would you care to, or it's not closed, but would you care to remonstrate? Would the petitioner care to remonstrate? Yes.
Yes, just real quick, we did, after the initial filing, we did a traffic impact study, and that is the reason for the additional right-of-way work, which would help to alleviate traffic, both existing and any new traffic that we would add. And the daycare was next to the car wash, while it was a car wash, and the gas station and C-store is a similar use. So I would be happy to get their contact information and see if there's any additional commitments that they would like to see that we could work
Okay, thank you very much. Now the public comment section is closed. As I reiterated earlier, we are not here to discuss tonight we're not here to make a decision upon the proposed development, but to approve or disapprove of the petitioner's request for a 90-day continuance. 90 days, 60 days,
90 days.
90.
90 days.
So for clarification, is that October 27th?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Any discussion about the request?
So we did have some discussion on this, and Dave, you brought that up, and it's like it seemed like there wasn't any progress being made, and the petitioner wasn't being responsive. I think that's been cleared up. Some still, I am. Don't ask me to vote first because I'm not sure which way I would vote in this. I'm at crossroads on this as far as whether we should continue it or not, and I think we need 4 votes regardless to approve tonight. So approve whatever motion would be made. So
Any other thoughts, comments?
Well, I would argue that communication is now going, so it's better than last time. I don't know, if it goes beyond October 27th without additional concrete advancements on this project, I think that would be a sign that this needs to be dismissed. I'm willing to move that I'm not going to say it right now. I'm willing to go forward with continuance, give everybody a chance, get the communication cleared up, get the project rolling. But if it's not rolling, it will exceed the 60 or the 6 months, and then it should be dismissed.
I would agree with that. I want to see some, if not all the work is done, I want to see significant progress showing that there's been very substantial work towards this. Bill?
Agreed.
Dave?
I've got a question for council. If we were to move on this for 90 more days, can we put a contingency in with any motion that this would be the final one that we would grant?
Not this time. You would just address it at the next, if you were to continue it to the October hearing, it would be at that time. You physically could not go past the November hearing, so the only other motion you could do at that time would be a 30-day continuance to November, and then it would have to be decided that day or dismissed because you'd be past your 6 months. But I think you've at least communicated that to the petitioner, so I think they're aware at this point what's going to happen if they don't move the project forward.
Thank you.
If there's no further discussion, we'll entertain a motion.
I move that we continue DPR 2504, 1137 North Avon Avenue, C-store and gas station, development plan review to provide for a convenience store and gas station to the October 27th hearing with additional notice.
I'll second.
Having heard a motion in a second, we'll now take a vote.
Rockbrand,
4,
Reed,
4.
Kaufman, Ransberg,
4,
Guckenberger.
4.
motion carries. DPR 2504 is now continued to the October 27th Plan Commission meeting.
I'd like to make one correction. I do apologize. The minutes where I said to add Jennifer back in, I was confusing last meeting with our special meeting that she was at. So she was in fact not here at the June meeting.
Council, do we need to? Okay. Okay, moving on. We have no old business, no new business. Do we have any other business?
I'd like to bring up something, and Holly, you kind of references our rules, our procedure. So I don't remember last time we had the rules of procedures, and we kind of talked about that, but you referenced that, so you're referencing something. I'd like to get a copy of the rules of procedure of what you have at the next meeting so that we all have that, because it's been a while. I can't remember the last time we reviewed those, and then we got a copy of them, so.
It's been a while since we have, though.
Yeah, and I believe the BZA also has the same rules of procedures too. So anything you can dig up and get to us, because if you reference something, just give us what your reference is. And if we need to modify them, recreate them, let's do that too.
Absolutely, we can get copies of those. Just for your information, Plan Commission's rules were last adopted by this body in December of 2023. So I don't know if you guys got copies then, but we can certainly make copies and get them for you with the next month's agenda.
And I appreciate that. I don't throw away anything. And I think I found a draft of those, not the adopted rules. So the anal part of me likes to have that document so I can reference it every once in a while. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I want to add to that I've just started the process of trying to do some updates. With state law change, I wanted to make a few updates. So I was planning on presenting that to you either in August or September with a red line version, so you'd see what you have now, what I was proposing. Then you could also read through it and see if you wanted to, or have a discussion to see if you wanted to propose any more changes.
Do we anticipate a full agenda next month?
We do not. It will just be the plan, the comprehensive plan, I believe.
Okay.
And we have a
That might be a
few
good
things
thing.
coming in on Friday that will be for September.
Okay.
You mentioned that there are some additional things we need to tend to on the agenda.
She's talking about what you had at the end, but I think that's what she's referring to.
Oh, I just was clarifying the minutes. I don't have anything
No,
else.
Oh, okay.
that you added.
I thought you said there was something
Information.
relating to
The
updated.
end of the agenda that's now posted on our website and that is on the back table has, as required by statute now, the list of all the plan commission members, who appointed them, and their dates of like start and stop of their term. And that's required by statute now. So that's all we added. And everything we post now to the newspaper or on our website will have all of your names, who appointed you, and your term.
Okay. Committee reports. I know we did not have a BZA meeting.
Redevelopment, in addition to, invoice approvals, we approved a resolution authorizing right-of-way acquisition for the County Road 525 improvements, and as well the revised reimbursement agreement with CenterPoint regards Dan Jones Phase 3.
Any other committee meeting reports? Anything else for the good of the order? Okay, if not, this meeting's now adjourned.